Hello, hello. Let me know if you can hear me on this wonderful evening in the east coast of Canada. Testing, let me check this. Yes. Okay. Welcome to the Saga Reveal. I'm your host, Madem-Oiselle. We are in the tube. Come on in, it's live. Let's chat and gab. Okay, guys, remember, this is just a channel for commentary and entertainment only. All right. So welcome to our Tell All Tuesday. Thank you for joining the chat. Alrighty. Let's get into our presentation. Right. Let's keep an eye on this chat. Anybody want to chat? Chat. Let's go. You can hear me well. Testing, testing. All right, let me share my screen for the presentation. I hope you had a great weekend. There was a lot of brouhaha. Alrighty, let's make this a little bigger. Oopsie. There we go. Full screen. Alright, so today's the 10th of November. Just make sure I double check here. I'm all confused now. It is, oh, sorry guys, the 11th. Ha 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 ha. It's the 11th. Let's fix that up. Well, let's go. So I'm going to read Sean Carter, Puff something. I don't like to say it all. I don't know about you guys. Let's just call him Mr. Love as well. SuPerSeding indictment from the federal government. Basically, New York district has another indictment against him on top of the other one. So I thought it would be a great one to bring up. Okay. And then we have our second saga for today. Trump's tariff on Quebec and Ontario in Canada. This is all carnage. And he's not even in, but it's here. All right, guys. And finally, I'm going to end up my third saga with Jaguar Wright is right. Jaguar. MAJA. She wants to make America Jag again. And I think America deserves to be Jag again. We need a Jag around. She's a lovely, lovely music artist. And she has her channel. It's actually called the Jaguar Wright Effect. And I do watch her very often with MAJA, the Black Owl. And they both share a lot of things that's going on and everything that happened during the football intermediate Kendrick Lamar performance. A lot of people didn't understand what was going on, but we'll share with you later. All right, so that's it for that. And then next week we'll do Donna Angelique Richard lawsuit. She's another Sean Carter. Oops, not Carter, Sean Combs. Well, I can't do with these guys anymore. Both of them. I gotta stop this. Look at that. Combs. Sean Combs, guys. My apologies. Sean Combs. Diddy. Too many names. That's ridiculous. That's why I've left it that side of the world a long time ago. So she is a music artist who had an album that she did with Sean, and she is a victim, apparently, allegedly. So next week I'll read that paper. Same tube time and same tube channel, Tuesdays at 7. Thank you, Sean, for keeping an eye. Next up, here we are. Just save that. No. We're going to save it somewhere else. There you go. So, next screen I wanted to share is the indictment. So here's the indictment. And just before that, I'm going to have a nice little sip of water. I rushed to my dinner. I rushed all the way home. Traffic. Car wash. Boy, I don't like rushing. But we made it home safe. So now let's share this. Let me just fix this a little bit. Yeah, I think it's fine. Let's see. Okay, much better. Here we go. I like this view, but at least I can share this PDF better and bigger. We're going to be able to zoom it in just a little more. Yeah, perfect. Here we go. So this was filed not long ago, actually. And it is the United States District Court, Southern District of New York, United States of America v. Sean Combs, a.k.a. Here we go, guys. The one that I don't like to say. P. Diddy, oh boy. Diddy, PD, and Love. This was the last change. And this is all, if you know, it's strategic for every company. And then everything stays there. And then we change name. It's the part of the business world, like having shell companies, but they are subsidiaries and old companies. Actually, these ones are all older names that he used, so he didn't use his proper name. But guess what? It's all under your name. Okay, let's go. And it's funny how it isn't uppercase here and all here. It's all the lower cases. That's the most important. Defendant. Count 1, a racketeering conspiracy. So beware, guys. I hope anybody who's sensitive to different type of language, just to let you know, you have been warned. Okay. So count 1, the grand jury charges. Overview here first. For decades, Sean Combs, a.k.a. Puff Daddy, a.k.a. P. Diddy, a.k.a. Diddy, a.k.a. PD, a.k.a. Love, the defendant, abused, threatened, and coerced women and others around him to fulfill his sexual desires, protect his reputation, and conceal his conduct. To do so, Combs relied on the employees' resources and influence of the multifaceted businesses. Sorry, guys. I was going to throw a little French in there. Empire that he led and controlled, creating a criminal enterprise whose member and associates attempted to engage in, among other crimes, sex traffic, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and obstruction of justice. Sean Combs, a.k.a. Puff Daddy, a.k.a. P. Diddy, a.k.a. Diddy, a.k.a. PD, a.k.a. Love. The defendant operated his business headquartered at various times in Manhattan and Los Angeles under a variety of United States-based corporate entities, including Bad Boys Entertainment, Combs Enterprise, and Combs Global. Collectively, the Combs businesses, corporate entities in the Combs businesses included, among other things, record label, a recording studio, an apparel line, clothing line, an alcoholic spirits business, a marketing agency, and a television network, and media company. 3. At all time relevant to the indictment, Sean Combs, a.k.a. all of that, to a.k.a. Love, the defendant engaged in a persistent Sorry guys, I was just checking my battery. The defendant engaged in a persistent and pervasive pattern of abuse towards women and other individuals. The abuse was at times verbal, emotional, physical, and sexual. As part of his pattern of abuse, Combs manipulated women to participate in highly orchestrated performance of sexual activity with male commercial sex workers. At times, Combs and others acting at his direction made arrangement, I'm going to go up here, for women and commercial sex workers to fly to Combs' location. Traveling. Combs ensured participants from the women, Combs ensured participants from the women by, among other things, obtaining and distributing narcotics to them, controlling their careers, leveraging his financial support, and threatening to cut off the same, and using intimidation and violence. That was a long sentence. Let's keep at it. 4. Scroll it down here. The abuse of Combs, a.k.a. all of this, to Love, the defendant, was recurrent and widely known. On numerous occasions from at least in or about 2009 and continuing for years, Combs assaulted women by, among other things, striking, punching, dragging, throwing objects at, and kicking them. These assaults were at times witnessed by other and included one instance at a Los Angeles hotel in our March 2016, which was captured on video and later publicly reported, where Combs kicked, dragged, and threw a vase at a woman as she was attempting to leave. That was Cassie Ventura. And that was disgusting. You can't hide no more. When a member of the hotel security staff intervened, Combs attempted to bribe the staff member to ensure silence, which probably did work a bit here. Hotel security. Hotels should be held liable as well if they got bribed. That is terrible. But go Casey after the hotel too. Combs' violence was also not limited to these women. It extended to his employees, witnesses to his abuse, and others. Ooh, people are talking. Okay. So Sean Combs, a.k.a. from that daddy to the love, the defendant used the Combs business, including certain employees, to carry out, facilitate, and cover up his abuse and commercial sex. Ooh, you are pimping? I guess could have left all of that lifestyle and bring your people up. And this is instead what happened. I guess the revolution was not going to be televised by you, by Kendrick, because Puffy said something like that. I don't know if y'all remember. Anyways, I'm going to keep going. Interesting. Wow. Okay, these employees. So those employees, including security staff, household staff, personal assistant, and high-ranking supervisor, and other close to associates acted as Combs intermediaries, and their conduct was facilitated and assisted by Combs' control of the Combs business. So, wow, that's not good for any of those people as well. And if the victims seen that and you guys were victims as well, and wow, this is terrible. There's quite some power there. Okay, let's go. So, number 6 here, the Combs Enterprise. For at least in or about 2008, through or about the date of the filing of this indictment, Sean Carter, a.k.a. from the Puff Daddy to the Love, the defendant, and other known and unknown were member and associates of the criminal enterprise. That's why it's a RICO. It's racketeering, short for RICO. The criminal organization here. The Combs Enterprise, or the enterprise, members and associates of the Combs Enterprise engaged in and attempted to engage in, among other activities, sex trafficking, forced labor, interstate transportation for purpose of prostitution, coercion, and enticement to engage in prostitution, narcotics offenses, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and obstruction of justice. So, I guess this is probably why this is superseding the other indictment. They have to go after him as with all of these other personalities, sort of put personality names all around. Just joking here. But it also includes other people, because the other indictment that came before, but will be following this one, because this one is superseding, includes all of those people's names and the companies and the enterprises. Alrighty. So number 7, the Combs enterprise, including its leadership, its members, and its associates, constitute an enterprise as defined by Title 18 United States Code Sections 1961-4. That is a group of individuals associated in fact, although not a legal entity. Yeah. That's how the RICO started with I don't want to say it, but the Italians in New York with Rudy Giuliani. And that's how they've built up a RICO, to make a RICO case to go after a group, people that work together to benefit together and make money together. Here we go. The Combs enterprise consisted of Sean Combs, a.k.a. all of those, Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, PD, and Love. The defendant. Number 2, entities within the Combs business, including, but not limited to, Bad Boys Entertainment, Combs Enterprise, and Combs Global. The third parties are in there. Number 3, individual employed by and associated with Combs business. And number 4, other known and unknown. Oh, whether you did something as whatever, anybody known or unknown. Number 8, the Combs enterprise constituted an ongoing organization whose members function as a continuing unit for a common purpose of achieving the objectives of the Combs enterprise. Oh yeah, and it was all a lot of power in there, doing all kinds. The Combs enterprise was allegedly engaged in its activities affected interstate and foreign commerce. Well, if it's outside the country, it would be foreign for sure. Now they have interstate across the states. That's not allowed. So, man, don't be paying no woman to come and visit you from a state to another state or from another country, because this is the law that says you cannot do that. Because who knows, if you're paying someone, paying their trip, they might say they do that, just who knows. But yeah, let's keep at it. The Combs enterprise operated in the Southern District of New York and elsewhere. Number 9, hairline. At all times relevant to this indictment, Sean Combs, a.k.a. blah, 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 from Puff Daddy to a.k.a. Love, the defendant was the leader of the Combs enterprise. Sean Combs, a.k.a. again, to the Love. The defendant and other known and unknown, that's why they keep adding those, other known and unknown, participated in an unlawful and other activities related to the conduct of the Combs enterprise's affairs. Oh, business and pleasure, not to be mixed. And family, these individuals included certain Combs business employees, such as members of Combs security staff, household staff, personal assistant, and high-ranking supervisors, as well other close associates of the Combs. So purpose of the enterprise, they're going to explain it here. The purpose of the Combs enterprise included the following. This is what they're alleging. A, operating a global business in the media, entertainment, and lifestyle industries, including, among other things, record label, a recording studio, an apparel line, an alcoholic spirits business, and a marketing agency, and a television network and media company. preserving, protecting, promoting, and enhancing the power, the reputation, and the brand of Sean Combs as a.k.a. Puff Daddy P. Diddy PD, a.k.a. Love the Defendant, as a musician, entertainer, and figure of the entertainment industry. Wow, pretty much preserving, protecting, promoting, and enhancing the power, its reputation. What about it now? What about the power now? Everything is going to get enhanced. The revolution is going to be televised, they say. Wow, let's go. C, enriching member and associates of the Combs enterprise, including its leader, Combs, and in particularly those who demonstrated loyalty to Combs and willingness to conceal his crime. D, preserving, protecting, promoting, and enhancing the power of the Combs enterprise, including the power of its leader, Combs, through violence, use of firearms, threats of violence, coercion, and verbal, emotional, physical, and sexual abuse. E, fulfilling the personal desire of Combs, of course, personal desire. Pay attention, allegedly. Wow. Fulfilling the personal desire of Combs, particularly those related to Combs' sexual gratification, including through the exploitation of women and the use of commercial sex worker. Enabling Combs and other member and associates of the Combs enterprise to engage in unlawful acts of violence. Enabling acts of violence, including sexual violence, sex trafficking, forced labor, interstate transportation for purpose of prostitution, coercion and enticement to engage in prostitution, narcotic distribution, and other crimes, and concealing the commission of such act. Securing absolute loyalty from member of the Combs enterprise, including acts of violence and threats. And H, protecting Combs enterprise and its members and associates, including Combs, from detection and prosecution by law enforcement authorities through acts of intimidation, manipulation, bribery, threat of retaliation against individual who witnessed the crimes committed by member and associates of the enterprise. Is this what a rich Black man would do for being so powerful all this time? Really, what are you saying? It's not even about Black, but is that what a rich person does to avoid prosecution? Well, this is what they're alleging for Mr. Combs. The law is not really fair. There's bribery. Yeah. Allegedly again. So means and methods of the enterprise through here. Among all the means and methods by which Sean Combs, a.k.a. all of that, to love, the defendant and other members, next page, Associates of the Combs enterprise conducted and participated in the conduct of the affairs of the Combs enterprise included the following. A. Combs and other members and associates of the Combs enterprise wielded the power and prestige of Combs, role at the Combs business to intimidate, threaten, and lure female victim into Combs' orbit like a spider. This is not funny. Give me 1 sec. Wow. Reminds me of some spider story here. Often under the pretense of a romantic relationship, Comb then used force, threat of forces, and coercion to cause victim to engage in extended sex acts with male commercial sex worker that Combs referred to as, among other things, freak-offs. It's funny how he does things. He lured. Makes me wonder things like wow, like a predator. I don't like this. Never liked him. Since day one. Freak-offs were elaborated and produced sex performance that Combs arranged, directed, like a movie. Sorry, guys. Oh. Masturbated during and often electronically recorded. Oh boy. In arranging these freak-offs, Combs, with the assistance of members and associates of the Combs enterprise, transported and caused to be transported commercial sex workers across states and internationally. Trafficking, interstate recording, and who knows where those video goes. We know of the dark web, but allegedly, let's go up here. Freak-offs here occurred regularly, sometimes lasted multiple days. Wow. They were like orgies. Okay. And often involved multiple commercial sex workers. During freak-offs, Combs distributed a variety of controlled substance to victims, in part to keep the victims obedient and compliant. Controlled substance, sometimes unbeknownst to the victim, Combs kept videos he filmed of victims engaging in sex acts with commercial sex workers. After freak-offs, Combs and the victims typically received IV fluids to recover from the physical exertion and drug abuse. It's very dangerous to play on people's lives like that. Just to, oh my God, living in Roman days. Somebody think it's Caesar. Should have been Caesar instead of love. I'm joking. But allegedly, member and associates of the Combs enterprise, including high-ranking supervisors, security staff, household, personal assistant, and other Combs business employees, facilitated the freak-offs by, among other things, booking hotel rooms for the freak-offs, stocking the hotel rooms in advance with the required freak-off supplies. I guess it was a thing. It's part of his business, sounds like, including controlled substance. this baby oil, the lubricant extra linen. I want to know what's in that baby oil. There's a lot of theories out there, and some people felt paralyzed, couldn't move, numbness, but we'll find out. That's what bugs me. What other controlled substance? Yeah, there might be some stuff out there. There is today. There is. I did watch the, what is it called? Mulder. You know, have all kinds of stuff going on. All right, so extra linens and lightning, cleaning the hotel rooms after, the freak-offs. How bad is it to try to mitigate room damages? Well, there are obviously room damages going on. Arranging for travel, allegedly for victims, which is interstate traveling, trafficking. Wow. Commercial sex workers and combs to and from freak-offs. Resupplying combs with requested supplies, delivering large sums of cash. Everything probably was paid in cash, to combs to pay the commercial S workers, and scheduling delivery of IV fluids must. In or about March 2024, during a search of Combs' residence in Miami, Florida, and in Los Angeles, California, law enforcement seized freak-off supplies, including narcotics and more than 1,000 bottles of baby oil and lubricant. Well, you can be addicted to sex for sure. But what it says, so rich and addicted. Wow. How much more can you have? Jesus. Sorry, guys. Allegedly, Combs, letter C, Combs subjected victim to physical, emotional, and verbal abuse to cause the victims to engage in freak-offs. Combs maintained control over his victims through, among other things, physical violence, promises of careers opportunity, granting and threatening to withhold financial support, and by other coercing means, including trafficking their whereabouts, dictating the victim's appearance, monitoring their medical record, controlling their housing, and supplying them with controlled substance. Daddy got all the candies, made sure supplies everything to lure you into his trap. During and separate from freak-offs, Combs, among other things, hit, kicked, threw objects at, and dragged victims, at times by their hair. The assault often resulted in injuries that took days or weeks to heal. Combs also threatened victims' careers and livelihoods. Sorry, I just need to get a sip of water. Including they resisted livelihood, including if they resisted participating in freak-offs. Wow. Victims believed they could not refuse Combs' demand without risking their financial or job security or without repercussions in the form of physical and emotional abuse. I guess Diddy doesn't understand the rules of employment. Well, he doesn't know what it is to be in jail. What can I say? Live the life different from everybody, and now he is in jail. And he's going to have to learn everything he missed, or how to behave with people in jail for a bit. So Combs also used the sensitive, embarrassing, and incriminating recordings that he made during freak-offs as collateral to ensure the continued obedience and silence of the victims. Wow, that is like psycho. Let's go. Allegedly, members, letter D, members and victims of the Combs enterprise, including Combs, security personnel at times carried firearms. On more than one occasion, Combs himself carried or brandished firearms to intimidate and threaten others, including victims of and witnesses to his abuse. In or about March 2024, during searches of Combs' residence in Miami, Florida, and Los Angeles, California, law enforcement seized firearms and ammunitions, including 3 AR-15s, with defaced serial numbers, as well as a drum magazine. That is not good. That's another charge on its own. Members and associates of the Combs enabled Combs' control over victims by following his direction regarding financial payments to victims, advancing or suppressing the victim's career opportunities, and acquiring the controlled substance Combs used to keep the victim compliant. Wow. So member and associates of the Combs enterprise at times witnesses Combs' violence towards the victims or the victims' injuries caused by Combs without intervening. Oh boy. Instead, the members and associates of the Combs enterprise helped conceal the violence, wrong, and abuse by, among other things, assisting Combs in monitoring and preventing victims from leaving locations such as hotels or Combs' residence. The occasions including instances in which a victim was required to remain in hiding, sometimes for several days at a time, to recover from injuries from injuries Combs inflicted. Well, yeah, we'll make it through, guys. Let's keep at this. Yeah. Where was I? So F. So where I was? No, sorry. Oh yeah, here. Members. Yeah, okay. So to recover from injuries Combs inflicted without being publicly observed. Members and associates of the Combs enterprise also assisted Combs in locating and contacting victims who attempted to flee his abuse. Well, tracking them as well. When employees, witnesses to his abuse and other threat of Combs' authority or reputation, Combs and members and associates of the enterprise engaged in acts of violence, threats of financial and reputational harm, and verbal abuse. These acts of violence included kidnapping and arson. In addition, on multiple occasions, Combs threw both objects and people, as well as hit, dragged, choked, and shoved others. So when Combs' authority or reputation was threatened by the possibility of negative publicity or legal or law enforcement action against him, including in or about late 2023, following public allegation of Combs' crimes, Combs and members and associates of the enterprise pressured witnesses and victims, including through attempted bribery, to stay silent, not report what they experienced or knew to law enforcement. On phone calls, Combs and other members and associates of the enterprise, among other things, provided these victims and witnesses with a false narrative of event in an effort to conceal Combs' crimes. Combs caused these calls to be recorded on at least 2 occasions. Well, good for you. They got some recordings. So the racketeering conspiracy number 13, from at least in or about 2008 through on or about the date of the filing of this indictment, the Southern District of New York and elsewhere, Sean Combs and all of his names to love, the defendant and other known and unknown being person employed by and associated with the Combs enterprise described in paragraphs 6 through 12 of the indictment, and enterprise engaged in and the activities of which affected interstate and foreign commercial, knowingly combined, conspired, confederated, and agreed together and with each other to violate the racketeering law of the United States, to wit, Title 18 U.S. Code, Section 1962C. This is to conduct and participate directly and indirectly in the conduct of the affair of the Combs enterprise through a pattern of racketeering activity, as that term defined in Title 18 United States Code, Section 1961 number 1 and 1961 number 5, consisting of a multiple acts involving kidnapping, chargeable under the following provision of the law: California Penal 207, kidnapping; California Penal 21, attempt; California Code 31, aiding and abetting; and another one for conspiracy, Penal Code 182. B, multiple acts involving arson, chargeable under the following provision of state law: California Penal 451, arson; there's the attempt; there's the Penal Code aiding and abetting again, and the conspiracy one. Multiple acts involving bribery, charged under the law, under the following provision of the state's law. And then we got the bribery of witness, attempt, aiding and abetting, and conspiracy. We keep going. The act, multiple acts indictable under Title 18 relating to tampering with a witness, victim, or an informant. Ta-da! Interesting. Multiple acts. Multiple acts indictable under Title 18 for relating to forced labor. Here we go, another Title 18F, indictable for relating to sex trafficking. And then we go on another Title 18 indictable relating to transporting and inducing to travel for purposes of prostitution and other illegal sexual act. Good job. Title 18, United States Code 2421-2422. And 2. Multiple offense H involving the possession of with intent to distribute or distribution of narcotics, controlled substance, including cocaine, oxycodone, alprazolam, 3, 4, meta something, amphetamine ends with some number 4, bromo, 2, well. Hey, number 5, you guys see it? All of these drugs under Title 21 U.S. Code, distributing and possessing with intent to distribute and conspiracy to do the same. And then the 18, aiding, abetting, and willfully causing. Number 14, it was a part of the conspiracy that Sean Combs, a.k.a. Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, P.D. Love, the defendant agreed that a conspirator would commit at least 2 acts of racketeering activity in the conduct of the affair of the Combs. Yeah, way more than 2 there. So, notice of special sentencing factor. From at least in about 2009 up to including in about 2018 in the Southern District, New York, and elsewhere, as part of his agreement to conduct and participate in the Combs as part of his agreement to conduct and participate in the conduct of the affairs of the Combs enterprise through a pattern of racketeering activities, Sean Combs, to the Love, defendant agreed to in and affecting interstate and foreign commercial, knowingly recruiting, entices, harbor, transport, provide, obtain, advertise, maintain, patronize, and solicit by any means a person knowing and in reckless disregard of the fact that means of force, threat of force, fraud, and coercion, as described in Title 18 United States Code Section 5091E, 2, and any combination of such meaning would be used to cause, the person to engage in a commercial sex act in violation of the Title 18 United States Code Section 5091 A1 and B1. Well, that was the longest sentence ever. Another one. I was complaining about this other one before. Anyways, count 2. Sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion. Victim 1. The grand jury further charges. Oh yeah, because there was a grand jury to unseal this indictment. Further charges from at least 2009 and up to including 2018, the Southern District of New York and elsewhere, Sean Combs, a.k.a. blah blah and Love, the defendant, in and affecting interstate and foreign commerce, knowingly recruited, enticed, harbored, transported, provided, obtained, advertised, maintained, patronize, and solicit by any means a person knowing and in reckless disregard of the fact that means a force, threat to force, fraud, and coercion, as described in Title 18 again, and in any combination of such mean would be used to cause a person to be engaged in a commercial sex act, and attempt, aided and abetted, and willfully caused the same, to wit, Combs recruited, enticed, harbored, transported, and maintained a person, victim one, and attempted, aided and abetted, and willfully caused victim one to engage in commercial sex act. Sorry, guys. Wow. Yep. In commercial sex act as a result of force, fraud, and coercion. That was victim one, transporting to engage in prostitution. So the grand jury here, again, is going to do all the same. And they say, so aided and abetted and willfully caused and the transportation of female victims and commercial sex workers in interstate and foreign commercials on multiple occasions with the intent that they engage in prostitution. So that was just the same one, keep repeating, but this is for aiding and abetting. And then forfeiture allegation. As a result of committing the offense alleged in count one of this indictment, Sean Combs, again, all of that name, the defendant shall forfeit to the United States, pursuant to Title 18, United States Code Section 1963, any and all interest the defendant acquires or maintain in violation of Title 18 United States Code, Section 1962, any and all interest in securities of claims against and property or contractual rights of any kind, offering a source of influence over the enterprise named and described herein, such at which the defendant established, operated, controlled, conducted, and participated in the conduct of, in the violation of the act, and any and all property constituting and derived from proceeding obtained directly and indirectly said offense, including but not limited to a sum of money in the United States currency representing the amount of proceeding transferable to the commission of the said offense. Oh yeah, they're definitely gonna have to seize a lot of this stuff. I'm thinking shall forfeit to the United States. It's a RICO case. Usually they take everything, because last time I remember they did that on the YSL case. They took all his cars, jewelries, things of value. Here we go. So number 19, as a result of committing the offense alleged in count 2 of this indictment, Sean Combs, blah, 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 the defendant shall forfeit to the United States. Here we go, property, real estate, real and personal, involved in everything that he might have, and personal. This is about what he might possess as property. He's going to have to relinquish that. And then here, what does he have to forfeit here and other things? Anything that he from proceeding obtained directly or indirectly, anything that he gained from any of these crimes they're alleging, basically he will have to pay back, give back, taken away from him. All right. Okay, here. So substitute assets provision. If any of the above described forfeitable properties as a result of any act or omission of the defendant cannot be located upon the exercise of due diligence, has been transferred or sold to or deposited with a third party, has been placed beyond the jurisdiction of the court, has been substantially diminished in value, has been commingled with other property which cannot be subdivided without difficulty. It is the intent of the United States, pursuant to this Title 18, to seek forfeiture of any other property of the defendant up to the value of the above forfeitable property. They don't care what's it worth or not. Oh, and here we go. So this was by Damian Williams. Oh, I didn't know if he was still around, but looks like he's still around. He's one of the prosecutors here. Here we go. That's it. This was our first saga of the day. Sean Diddy Combs superseding indictment. What can I say? Oh my God, I'm so happy. I never really enjoyed his music, never cared about what he did. And now we have a new one televising the revolution, which is Kendrick Lamar. But before I get into that, let's get into this. What's going on? What's going on here in Canada? It's shaking up north. It's shaking. It's shaking. Shaking. Nobody knows what to do. Like as if there was a what do they say? The ground had been shook. Yeah. We just got a break on the tariff. And then instead of everybody be, okay, we got a break on the tariff. Let's go find out what are we going to do to facilitate things and make Canada great again. It looks like the only one who's ahead of the game was Danielle. Danielle was the only one. She said it when she came back from Mar-a-Lago. Y'all better get prepared. But instead of getting prepared, basically, people started to go on like as if, they were all bosses. So you had too many bosses, not enough boss, too many. So Trump's tariff in Quebec and Ontario, how funny. With Legault saying, oh, we're not changing anything. We don't want a pipeline. We want to keep everything status quo and put more blockages and stop minerals. Well, he also did say that if we have to, I guess we're going to have to. Basically, if you need to, you will do it. Not because you have to. And the reality is that you will be doing it, Quebec, whether you like it or not. And the pipelines are coming. Why? because whether they want it or not, it's crucial to our own economy, our own prosperity. I mean, our own future. Like, why can't we just share it, with the rest of the country and then even sell it outside of the country? Like, Quebec depends a lot on subsidies, and they get most of it, and Alberta pays a lot of it. So, smart up, Quebec. You ain't gonna be whining forever and calling, we're gonna just go our way. You can't go no way. It's the Canada way, and you got no choice. You sit here and you're the spoiled little sister. So, from Air Force, what did we see? Trump. Like, I don't know what's going on down there, up there, but maybe they don't understand what's going on, but as much as I need them, they need us too. Like, come on, this is what he's saying. Like, we need you guys. We need you to step up. We want you to step up. And what's wrong with a nice little kick in the butt? Because that's what we need. Because Carney's coming, and he's gonna cause quite the carnage, and he hasn't even been elected, right? So this is what's going on. Let me just pause this, because the aluminum and our steel and even our auto workers from the States, these companies, the American companies from the States are here. And they could just leave, whether we want it or not. It's owned by a board. It's run by a board. It's not run by President Trump. And if Trump says, I'm going to give you a better deal if you come back, that looks good for them. And it's the board that decides. It's not the CEOs, right? So here we go. Let me just put this on big screen. Share it. Yeah. And where's Waldo? Oh, sorry, Trudeau. In Paris. Really? Can't even do your position of being the background, staying the background. Like, can't focus even on that tiny little thing. Oh, let me just make sure I had to share the sound. Yeah. Alrighty. Let me remove this and share it again. And I forgot to add the sound. Here we go. This guy in the sky. Such a shit. In the sky.
I'll be announcing probably Tuesday or Wednesday at a news conference reciprocal tariffs, and very simply, it's if they charge us, we charge them. That's all.
When is it going to impact, sir?
Almost immediately, but I'll be announcing the details of it, highly detailed, and it'll be great for everybody, including the other countries. But if they are charging us 130% and we're charging them nothing, it's not going to stay that way. It won't affect everybody because there's somewhere we have similar tariffs. But the ones that are taking advantage of the United States, we're going to have it's reciprocity, it's reciprocal. We're going to have reciprocal. We'll also be announcing steel tariffs on Monday.
Tomorrow?
Monday, yeah, tomorrow.
Better hang on.
Go on.
Everybody, steel.
Including Canada and Mexico.
Yeah, any steel coming into the United States is going to have a 25% tariff.
What about aluminum, sir?
Aluminum too.
10%?
Aluminum, yeah, too. Come on, okay. He's just saying, guys, pay attention here. Like, what are you doing? Like, we can go on like this, but the reality is that he said it just earlier. It's going to be good for everybody. We'll be fair for everybody. And let's wait and see until then. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Stay safe. Right? And all I can say is, Krisha, stay away. Stay where you are. Don't worry. Leave it to Carney. I know it was your mess, but he is the one who's in the background. Let him come in. Take the grunt. Get thrown out. Pierre is prepared. He was freezing up north there, getting a 10. Getting a suntan by the snow reflection. That was hilarious. Yep, Pierre is kicking. Yeah, he's knocking and kicking. Yeah, it'll be very interesting to watch what's going to happen in the next couple of days. But, yeah. Carney. Nothing good about Carney. And, I have faith. What else do we have here? Oh, yes. Let's talk about my little... let me tell you also a quick thing. Kevin O'Leary is interested in buying TikTok. Him and we know of publicly. What's his name? Elon. The clone Elon. He's working. So I would like to see Kevin O'Leary get it. That would be interesting. Why not? Can't have Musk pay everything for everybody. Give a chance for other people to step up to the podium. He's doing a lot with the Doge stuff. Yeah, so that's what happens when the boss gets in the house. Yeah, and the tariffs, you don't have to worry too much. Well, we'll get it all settled down no matter what. He knows that right now we're in a shamble and nothing is going to get done. So we can always just talk. Talk is okay. Remember, talk is cheap as well until we get to see real actions. So let me talk about Kendrick Lamar. I wanted to share this with you guys. A lot of people didn't understand what Kendrick was saying about what he was singing about. So I just want to give you guys a little short overview and share it with you. And this is really, I think the people that listen to rap music would know. But, oh yeah, I'm here, guys. This is me. I'm joking. Pierre said, raise the flag. So I said, oh, look at me. I'm doing it. So this is my X channel. Oh, okay, here's what I wanted to share with you guys. Thought I told you to stand next to Johnny and Q. Thought I told you to stand Okay, let me just rewind this a bit. Okay, let's go.
When I get the picture, if I had to sit you for hours in front of the Louvre, when I have a soul, even if I told you to stand next to Johnny and Q, thought I told you to stand next to Johnny and Q, thought I told you to stand next to Johnny and Q, thought it was nothing but government cheese, but now I can seize the government too. Remember the fools, them color was tan and brown, but now the
Okay, yeah, I gotta. Okay, yes, it is working. Okay, let's start it over. Okay, I'm gonna try this with you guys. Okay, so this one is a slower version, so just to give you an idea of what it is. Yeah.
when I get the picture, if I had to sit you for hours in front of the Louvre, when I have a soul, even if I told you to stand next to Johnny and Q, thought I get the
Go back, okay, guys? Okay, sorry.
When I get the picture, if I had to sit you for hours in front of the Louvre, when I have a soul, even if I told you to stand next to Johnny and Q, thought I told you to stand next to Johnny and Q, thought I told you to stand next to Johnny and Q, thought it was nothing but government cheese, but now I can seize the government too. Remember the fools, them color was tan and brown, but now the when I get the picture.
So, this was just a little idea. You can see the lyrics, it's very hard to understand him. It's because he has a very interesting way of singing. It's also on purpose for people who like to get it right away and give you a chance to go read the lyrics. But Kendrick Lamar, his lyrics are very interesting. And the whole, I don't know if anybody, there was no naked women dancing around and shaking their ass. Like, he's trying to make a clear message to people. This is not the rap or the music you guys are used to. I'm not a rapper, like I'm an artist. I'm a poet. I want you to listen to the poet, what I am saying. The dancers, the flashes, the movement, my clothes, none of that matters. Personally, to me, this was a breath of fresh air. It's been a long time. I haven't seen a nice halftime at a football game. Plus, I haven't watched it in years, but I definitely took the time to go and watch his part halftime video, 13 minutes. And yes, so there was Samuel L. Jackson in there as the presenter, and he was telling Kendrick, "You can't sing this. You're not allowed to sing that song." And he's telling him, "You can't be ghetto like this. You can sing properly." And he's talking to him in such a way. There is a message there, basically, like telling him, "I'm in charge. I'm Uncle Sam," right? Or yeah. And Sam is the government, I'm assuming, if I remember this correctly, yeah? So, Uncle Sam tells you what to do. And basically, he did not do any of what he was saying. He even played a song he told him not to play from the beginning. Also, Serena Williams was there. Serena Williams to date Drake. And the song that he ended with was one of the songs that he had a rap battle. I don't know if y'all heard of rap battles. We haven't heard that in years until the summer. Kinda. But yeah, with Kendrick and Drake, and it was interesting because she dated Drake, but she was at Kendrick's. And she came and she danced the way they danced. It was quite the show. I was really moved. I've learned through Jaguar Wright on the MAJA show how they were pretty much, he was very different, and there is a message, and a lot of people missed it, and they try to, you know, um, discredit or say that he ruined his career, when on the contrary, I would say definitely this is a big boom to his career. I don't think he's going anywhere. We missed that. We've missed it to, you know, lyrics that were not trashy or about murdering and killing and violence and drugs, right? It's not what rap is all about. It's about other things, you know. People used to rap about, they was just basically they were telling a story. So it's not that story. It's another story that has been changed to time. But let me say kudos. I hope you're doing good. Whatever you're doing or not doing, all the best. Yeah. So Kendrick, definitely from the South with a beautiful accent and very fiery lyrics, revolutionary, you know. And he did say the revolution will not be televised by. Looks like he's trying to send a little bit of messages to the young ones to turn their TV off. He has actually a song about that. Turn your TV off, turn your TV off. It is a message for the Black community specifically. And I hope they got it, because I loved it and I was enjoying it. Right, and respect to Samuel L. Jackson for the collaboration, and to Serena Williams. It was quite a show. Yeah. What else? What else we got here? Let me tell you, Kanye is causing a commotion here. Yeah, seems like he's trying to put the attention around. Why is it just Diddy so far? And free Diddy. It's the judge. It's not Trump. The judge said he is a danger to society. That's why they didn't let him out with a, how do you call it, a bond. The bond was denied, and it was $50 million. Oh, he did complain left and right, jumped up and down, throw stuff around like always. The judge said no. So allegedly, he has been accused of quite of heinous crimes. I would say heinous indeed. Yeah. Let's see who's gonna be the ambassador in the music industry now. Is it Jag? I think it should be Jag. Let me just see. Jaguar Wright is an unbelievable singer. Let's see if I can find her here. Oh yeah, there she is. No, that's not her. Nope. That's not her. Jaguar Wright. Let's see. Jaganator. No, she's not here. Ronaldo, yeah, no, she's not in here. So let's go back and find her on YouTube. The Jaguar Wright effect. There she is. Oh, okay. There she is. Rico Suave, the remix. She is quite a singer. Where is she? She's somewhere. She's singing here. I wonder. Find her. No, it's too far. Content available. Let me see, what is this? No. Okay. Alrighty. So here she is. Let me see. Yeah. I'll just share her here. So this is her channel, right? Jaguar Wright. Yeah. And she's a beautiful singer, amazing singer. She also has been in the music industry for many, many, many years. She knows all about the gossip here. The number one source for unfiltered, pretty much celebrity gossip, industry expose, and real teas. This is where you would find all of the good stuff. It is something to listen to her. Listen, we all have different ways of saying things, so get used to that. And have to learn her for a bit. But she has been exposing Sean Combs, Jay-Z, and she did have quite an extensive relation with those two people, whatever business, friend, industry-wise, employee, God knows, whatever it is. But she knows them very well, and she is definitely not in love with them. She actually despises them both and is very happy of how finally things are going how they should be. And sadly, it took this long after losing so many people, friends, colleagues and family members. If you remember what we just read before, right? People were intimidating and threatening all kinds and terrified. Yeah, traumatized. There's quite a lot of people traumatized out there from that behavior that he inflicted on them. And all I'm gonna say is, it is Jaguar Wright's time. It is the MAJA moment. We need to make America MAJA. We need Jag. Jag is very eloquent in how she speaks. She did appear on the Piers Morgan show, and then Piers got kind of a slap on the hand and got a cease and desist from Jay-Z's lawyer, which is tells you how people do stuff to stop from ruining their reputation, right? Yeah, and she knows about Whitney Houston's yeah, a lot of stories she has. Actually, even the paperwork is one of my favorite channels. Oh my god. And Gene Deal, one of the Sean Combs bodyguard. He is very resourceful. Those are the people that, if anybody wants to listen to, should be listening to. You don't want garbage gossip. You want the real gossip. You don't want a fake conspiracy. You want truth from the mouth of people that have been around, know them, friends with them, or were friends with them. And yeah. Paperwork is very interesting. They ended up going to the award, and they made a clip about Whitney Houston's room. They walked to the room, and then yeah, they shared some moment about Whitney Houston before she passed away. And yeah, actually, Whitney Houston was pregnant quite a couple of times, and we only heard of one miscarriage. I even thought that she might have been pregnant before she died, but they never said anything. And that was one thing that stayed in my mind. And then they hush everything pretty fast. Nobody knows what happened. Kudos to the paperwork. I'm going to hashtag you guys in there. What else? That's it. I guess so. So that was the third saga. I'm going to try to get a little bit more stuff on Jaguar Wright, what she's doing. Her and MAJA and the Sean Atwood show, they're pretty good and collaborating together. I know there's a lot of stuff happening, but I'm just waiting for everything to tell. There's a couple of people I didn't like either, and I was like, oh, I just want to listen just to MAJA. I just want to listen just to Jaguar. When it's too many people talking, it's kind of different, right? And Sean with them, he's quite the energy. They work together pretty well. And yeah, and I think Jaguar has a lot, and she talks in codes, so there must be a reason. With that, sadly, we are at the end of the Tell All Tuesday. And I just wanted to take a moment to say personally thank you for hanging out with me on the Saga Reveal channel. With that, see you all next week, same tube time, same tube channel, right? And I hope you had a good time. Leave me a thumbs up, leave me a comment, leave me something, anything, feel free. All right, in due time, I will be meeting moderators, but I'm not in a rush since I'm alone most of the time here. All right, with that, good night, and if you see something, say something.
La lumière danse dans ses yeux, elle cache un secret en lieu. Chaque matin un nouveau mystère, Mademoiselle vit sans frontières. Les rues murmurent des contes d'ombre, elle marche comme un rêve sombre. Tous les jours un chapitre écrit, des légendes que le jour nie. Madem-Oiselle raconte la saga, les histoires que personne ne voit. Dans la nuit tu dévoileras les secrets cachés sous ta soie. Un sourire garde des énigmes, des mots doux aux limites abîmes. Elle joue avec le quotidien, transformant tout ton destin. Le reflet cache des vérités que personne ne peut interpréter. Dans son regard mystifié, un monde invente des énigmes, des mots doux aux limites abîmes. Elle joue avec le quotidien, transformant tout ton destin. Les reflets cachent des vérités que personne ne peut interpréter. Dans son regard mystifié, un monde entier à déchiffrer. Un monde entier à déchiffrer. En Madem-Oiselle raconte ta saga, les histoires que personne ne voit.